Hello everyone and welcome to the 60X Business Show. My name is Christian Kitumaini and together with my guest we'll have different conversations about business, entrepreneurship and life. This is the show you've been waiting for. Stay tuned. In today's conversation, I have an amazing creative entrepreneur. He's the founder of Hope Agency, which is an event management company that promotes EdTech, and also Africa in Colors, which is a Pan-African platform that promotes the creative sector globally by focusing on the creative economy. And in the studio, he's none than Raoul Rugamba. Raoul, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Yes, I made it. I'm here.
You made it. Congratulations.
I made it. Yes, thank you, Christian.
After traveling all over, now you are in Rwanda, and I can have you on the show. It's really my pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a great honor for me.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So relax. On the 60X, you'll be spinning the wheel, and randomly you select a number, and from there I'll ask you a question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Over to you.
Okay, so I can put it on the, yes, 2.
You got 2? that's an easy way. You're cheating.
All right, let's go.
You got 11.
Yes.
By the way, what is your lucky number?
Do I have it? I don't know, but I can pick one.
You can pick any.
Yes.
Wonderful. You got number 11.
Yes.
Can you share with me more who is Raoul? Growing up as a kid, what were your dreams and passion?
Oh, I remember I'm too old. So let me try. So I always wanted to be a soccer player, professional soccer player, because I always liked playing soccer, and also I thought I would be a professional soccer like Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, yeah, those people. But maybe I still have a chance. Yeah.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Probably a goalkeeper. Don't you want to be like...
Maybe if there is a team out there which is looking for a goalkeeper, I can try that. But again, life didn't take me there because I had also a passion of computers. So I went to school and did electronic and telecommunication, and then I did computer science, and I ended up in a company doing event management and production. So I did that since 2008. And until today, I'm still doing that. And I had also a chance to be part of the story back then with Tulane University and the National University of Rwanda, where we were focusing on technology applied to education. So I grew up doing that, and I'm still doing that. So that's a bit of who I am. I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm a thinker and a dreamer.
Wonderful, that's beautiful. I would like to understand how did it happen randomly being in the creative sector, or there was some journey preparing you toward that, and especially promoting Africa as a continent?
So this is the thing. So I had my uncle who's known in the industry. His name is Judo, and I had a passion of electronics. So back then I was a kid, I had a passion of electronics and computer. So he came one day home, and my mom was like, listen, I have this kid and he plays with computer, electricity and stuff. So my uncle was like, oh really? So he should join us, because that's what we do on a daily basis. The engineering in events, we produce artists, we produce events and all. So he should join us. So that's how I ended up in the events and creative industry, and that was back in 2008. And in 2015, I decided to create a Hope Agency, and we produce our own festivals. I was involved in communication, tech, and then in 2018, I was like, listen, we have a challenge a gap in the culture and creative industries. We should do something about it. Yeah. So we did a small research survey, and then we ended up figuring out that the ecosystem had an issue, and it wasn't something for Rwanda only, but for the whole continent. So we said, listen, we should create something which is a Pan-African solution. So that's how African Colors was born.
Wow, what combination of some gaps and finding solution toward that, and from your early age being exposed to that, that's really beautiful. Let's spin the wheel for another round of questions. You got 11. What's going to be your next lucky number?
Yes. Oh, no. It was supposed to be 1. Yes, 5.
It's 5 for now.
Okay.
Raoul, you have footprint operations in many countries on the continents. Can you share with us how COVID-19 affected your operations? And what are some of the learnings that you've acquired running your business during the pandemic that's going to help you in the future? So
I would say it was challenging. It was a really challenging time because we used to make a living out of festivals where people come together and enjoy, spend, etc. So all that was not possible during the pandemic, and we got together with friends, and we went with a trend back then, which was using online platforms. But I used to use that in university when we started e-learning. So I was familiar with Polycom, Cisco, etc. So we said, listen, it could be also an opportunity for us to really, try to use digital as a complementary to what we do, or as a value added to what we do. So we tried to, create a few things left and right digitally, but the market wasn't ready for that again. So it was challenging to make money, but we tried to create content, connect with people, etc. So it was one thing. And then the second thing, which is, I could say it was a good thing to us that happened to us, we really build a network. We had a network back then of 20 countries connected to us. And then with the pandemic, we really got to 37 today. And a lot of it was really during the pandemic. We connected with people. People were seeing what we do. They get in touch. I want to be part of this. Yeah. And we also see people online. You access the world actually, right? So it was possible to see what was happening in US at the same time what is happening in China, in Australia, and then Kenya next door. So we managed to really see what was going on, and that was also something beneficial to us in our business. And then the last thing is really, it was something that showed decision makers that this industry is something valuable. They can create value, they can create jobs out of it, because we saw people generating revenues through TikTok and video gaming, etc. So that's a bit of my view about it.
Interesting. Yeah. And talking about, you mentioned about creating and also about network. Yeah. From your experience, how do you keep your relationship with different partners, people you collaborate with, and how useful that is for your success?
Well, I think it's always about what you bring on the table. Because when you are the one taking only, it becomes a challenge. So we try to really bring value to everyone we work with, and also try to put forward what they do by bringing, our network, by bringing our skills, knowledge, and put them forward. And that becomes also, a give back when it comes to them. They really try to push our projects. They really want to see us there to tell our stories, to share our experience with people. So I think it's a give and take a relationship, and we also try to learn as much as possible from them, and we also try to open as much as possible to them.
Wonderful. As Raoul said, to keep your relationship with your collaborators, your partners, to expand your network, it's all about bringing something on the table, not only being on the receiver side. It's a win-win situation. You need to promote your partners. You need to push their content, push their services, And in reward, we're also going to do the same, because business nowadays is more about sharing, collaboration, and advance toward the common goals. My follow-up question is, how you've been running your business since 2015.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be an entrepreneur?
Well, it's something I wouldn't advise somebody to go into. So if you can get your check somewhere as an employee, just go there. It's not an easy thing, but it's also a fun thing. You know, you get to really challenge yourself, you know, try to do something new, try to think, you know, how you can overcome challenges, obstacles, and that's the fun part, because yes, you don't sleep, you have bills, sometimes you can pay them, but again, the next day you can support somebody, he can become someone because of you, or you can connect two people and then they create an amazing product or solution. And that's the fun part of being an entrepreneur. It's really connecting with people, sharing with people, go in different places, explore, and it's not always about challenge. It's also about having fun and creating and dreaming, you know, because as an entrepreneur, you dream until boom, you hit a wall and you say, hey, it wasn't that easy. Yeah. So you come back and think something new. Yeah.
Interesting. Let's spin the wheel for another round of questions.
There you go.
5. You just missed one again.
Aye.
You got 5. But in between 4 and 5, I guess. We spin again. Yes, that's an easy one.
Okay. There we go. 1. It's a 1. Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes.
You did it. Wonderful. Can you share with me what do you think has contributed to your success? You have a strong brand name when you hear Africa in colors. I think the first time I heard about it was through LinkedIn, and it's a strong brand name on the continent. What do you think has contributed to your success?
I think people. I think people. That's the first and the last thing I can be grateful to. And people, because they really been able to give me everything. So my friends, my family, my cousins, everyone really contributed to it to be able to happen. You know, sometimes you're like, sometimes you don't get anybody to tell something and have an advice from them, right? So I was lucky to really have people in my field I can speak to, people in the field of finance I can speak to, people who have $1 extra, you know, they can lend me, you know, someone who is connected in this market, and they're able to take me in. So I think everything is really about people who have been with me and still with me.
As you know, they say your network is your net worth. So continue maintaining your relationships, and is very, very important, especially in the business world. As Raoul said, his people were very, very valuable to him. My follow-up question is, what is your view about the Rwandan creative sector? I know comparing some years back, there was some improvement, it has evolved. What is your view about that, and what is your wish for the future of this industry?
So I think it has been growing exponentially, like crazy, and that's from having one concert to having concert every corner of the road. That's from having 2 artists outside the country to 20, 30 artists outside the country. That's from having one artist who can do an exhibition to some amazing artists who can sell everything in the exhibition. You know, they took to fashion designers who are shining out there, artists, theater actors, etc., etc. So we have seen tremendous growth in the industry. Plus, again, the brand Rwanda is something that really plays on our side, and it makes it really push the industry. So that's on that side, and in terms of what I see for the future of it is, of course, we have to rethink again how we do business in the culture and creative industries. Luckily, there are a lot of things the government is doing. I think I'm not supposed to mention that now, but they are really doing on few things that will improve the industry for real. And that's an opportunity, and that's something I think will take the culture and creative industries on another level. And then on the other side is also looking at how we can really improve our skills and knowledge in the industry, to really be able to position ourselves not only on the continent level but on a global market, because the world has never been connected like today. So we cannot afford just thinking of our small market, but we really have to think globally. So it means we really have to come together as creatives and start collaborating more to reach more markets.
Wonderful. That's amazing. And as you know, there are some creators who are still facing challenges of really monetize their crafts and be able to live out of their crafts. And some of them are still facing IPs issues. What do you think we can do to elevate and alleviate that? Do we need to organize more training, business training especially, and other tips and programs to ensure they create sustainable business models and they think more as business people on top of being creators?
Yeah, so I think sometimes it's also about, as a creator, about bringing a business person in your team, because you really have to know your strength and your weaknesses. So it's also about that. And then the second thing is, today we have the IP law, for example, in Rwanda, right, which allows you to sue anybody who uses your product, your services illegally. But many people don't even know those laws are there. So you really have, as yourself, as a creator, you really have to challenge yourself to really know and understand what's going on, right? So, because you can mess out with your bread, right? So that's where you get your money from. So that's one. And then the second thing is, there is no magical formula. So as that's the beauty of of the current world we live in, platforms, technology, etc. So we saw the Malian guy, TikToker guy, the famous guy. So he's from
Khabib?
Yeah, so he's from Mali or Senegal.
Yeah.
So he was from zero.
He was working in a factory.
In a factory, he got he got chased out because of COVID, and then the next day he's a millionaire, right? So there is no a formula to being a creator and monetize your work. So I think it's always about creating and try to see which market you are into or which market attracts you, and try to create vis-a-vis of that, but also what you have. Maybe people don't know it. It's also about communicating what you do. Maybe somebody will like it, or the world will like it, and it becomes something you can monetize. So it's always about collaboration, knowing how to protect your ideas, your creation, and also just keep connecting depending on what the world needs, and put your work out there.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's spin the wheel for another round of questions.
There you go.
After getting your lucky number, what's going to be your
No, it can't be 11 again. What? So 11 is my lucky number now.
Probably. Just one.
I have to change.
It's 1 plus 1.
Eh? 1 plus 1, yes. It's a 7.
Wonderful. Your brand is well known. Have you reached the level? Are you satisfied with the level where you've reached, or you still have bigger goals ahead? of things you like to accomplish?
Trust me, if I had reached, I would be somewhere on an island, on a yacht, moving around, resting, no phone, nothing. So, no. So I have to really work hard. We still have a lot of things to do to achieve. So it's a challenge we gave ourselves, and every day is a challenging thing. So we really push ourselves to try something new, to achieve one thing at a time. So we still have a long, long, long way to go.
Okay. What is the future plan of the company? Where would you like to see yourself in the next coming years?
So African Colors is really positioning itself as a platform that brings value to the culture and creative industries. So we see ourselves as a key player in contributing to how people, let me say young people, get access to information, get access to skills, knowledge, and through that really empower themselves and create jobs, values for their communities, themselves of course, but their communities and countries. We really want to be that catalyzer which promotes the industry and push forward what our leaders are doing, but also the continent as a whole, and push it forward and make it a better place.
Wonderful. Good luck with that. And I know you're on the right path, and
Thank you.
Nothing will stop you.
Thank you. I hope COVID won't pass by again.
Yeah. My follow-up question is, as a business person, what are the things that you had no clue about before starting the entrepreneurship journey that you learned during the course of running a business?
Well, I think that there are a lot of them, but I think the major thing, every idea is not a good idea, and no idea is a bad idea. So and that summarizes everything, because when you come into this world, you have a magical piece of code somewhere. You like, this will be an amazing software. You are out there, nobody can buy it, no one uses it, and then the next day you say no, this one was a mistake, so I have a concept now. This concept is amazing, it will kill, Next day, nobody understands it, nobody see the value of it, and those are things that came into this journey thinking it was possible. Whatever I can think, I can realize it, and everything I can see, I can try to create. Someone will buy it. They have to buy it. So it wasn't the truth about everything about entrepreneurship. So I had to sit back and try to play around again and know everything is possible. But again, that's entrepreneurship. It's facing challenges and try to figure out how you can come up with solutions. Yeah?
And that's the beauty about entrepreneurship. Every day you encounter a problem, and it's your responsibility to find your way to find a solution to the problem. And in the society where we are living, the world is evolving and growing. There will always be problems, and entrepreneurs, we are called to find solutions to those problems, right?
Yes.
Wonderful. Yeah. My follow-up question is, for any creator right now watching you, what advice would you give to the person?
I think I would just summarize it in two points. The first one will be keep creating, keep revamping yourself, and the second thing is you really have to go with the new world tech. So you really have to bring tech at the core center of your business, so you can go the other way around. Yeah.
Okay. And I'd like to ask you a personal question.
Yes.
When you retire,
yes,
right?
Yes.
You are at the beach somewhere.
Yes.
In Mombasa.
Amen.
And you look back into the things you're able to achieve. What impact would you like to create into the creative sector on the continent?
So I love education, and I'm passionate about tech. So I think my retirement will be combining those two and know that it has impacted my continent and my people in a very, very good way. So we are planning to do a school, so we believe that school will really change lives of Africans, and by the time I retire, I really hope we will have succeeded.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And let me wrap up this conversation with my last question.
Yes. I didn't ask any question.
Please do ask.
That's the dictatorship.
Please do ask.
Yes. So I know you're passionate about stocks and stuff, right? So what do you think about the stock market in coming days in Africa?
Yes, that's an amazing question. I'm passionate about stock, and I'm learning, and I'm soon diversifying my investment portfolio. I think if we look at I'll start with the Rwandan stock market.
Yeah.
There are amazing companies that are listed. There are still few of them, and it takes time for a company to grow and be public. And it's also a good long-term investment.
Yeah.
If you're looking at a long-term investment, the stock market is one of them. We have amazing company listed on the Rwandan Stock Exchange, and there are also the Nairobi Stock Exchange, which is also growing. So comparing maybe the US market, which is very, very advanced, my prayer and my wish is we can also reach that level, so that every time when I'm very fascinated each time when I spend a lot of time in Asia, and every time when I was in the train going to school or work, my friend was just busy buying and selling on their phone. It's like everyone is busy. And my wish and prayer is also being able to reach one day that stage, so that I get, let's say, 2 million Rwandan francs every month instead of going and doing all that money. I can invest that into the stock markets and create another passive income that will create my wealth in the next coming maybe years to come, because long-term investments enable any investor to have more stability and security in the long term. And you don't need to be rich to do that. That's the misconception. You don't need to have a lot of money. On the Rwandan Stock Exchange, there are some the government bonds that you can buy if you have 100K. You can buy some government bonds and invest in that. It's very, very important for long-term sustainability. As you have another question.
Yes. So how can we? What's the best practices, or what can we do to start the investment in startups, or how can we respond to that? Because I know you are fascinated about startups. How do we finance startups?
Financing startup, that is an amazing question. In Rwanda, there are a lot of companies that invest in startup. There are incubation, there are accelerator. I'm working for an impact investment company called Grofin, and we do invest in small and mid-sized businesses that are looking for investments. And if anyone is interested about our investments, they can pay us visits or visit the websites. They will have all the information. And there are companies that invest in startups. And for any entrepreneur, it's very, very important to do your homework. Because there are a lot of information out there. As you said, also your network is your net worth. Ask fellow entrepreneurs what is happening in the industry. If you are in the creative sector, or if you're in agriculture, there are fellow entrepreneurs who understand what is happening, and all those information are there available public, and they can enable any entrepreneur to make some decisions.
Nice. Good. I learned something.
Let me wrap up this conversation with my last question. If you could start over in business to make money, what business would you start and why?
So I think I would be in the same business, education, entertainment, and tech. But I will do differently what I have done. So yeah, but I will still be in the same in those three sectors. I'm working in those sectors, but I will do them differently. But if it was possible to be a soccer player, I would definitely go there. They pay really well.
Yeah, soccer players, it's another level of payment, man. Wonderful. And by that, we are coming to the end of this conversation. Thanks a lot for making it to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Wonderful. Yeah. The conversation continue on social media using the hashtag 60xbusiness. Till next time, be safe, wash your hands, and wear your mask. My name is Christian Kitumaini, and you're watching KC2.